Arnold Schwarzenegger has plans to star in a new Commando, a new Predator, and a new Conan. To which, why? Was me ask this question because he's old as shit. Arnold has plans to return to some of the biggest movies of the 1980s. Again, keyword 80s. It is 2025 that are cornerstones of his career. Predator, Commando, Conan the Barbarian. The action star is obviously famous for some of the best action movies of the 80s and 90s and beyond, including The Terminator, True Lies, Jingle All the Way, Kindergarten Cop, The Running Man, Total Recall, and you get the idea. Which really, I mean, is Jingle All the Way and The Run is an action movie, or is Kindergarten Cop an action movie? I mean, Kindergarten Cop has, I would say Kindergarten Cop more, yes, than Jingle All the Way. Unless you include, I mean, I just think that's
unless you include the third act of Turbo Man, a little bit of an action movie.
Let's not get lost in the sauce on this one. Let's just get to the news story.
Okay, most audiences would associate Schwarzenegger with the Terminator as he appeared in 6 movies throughout the franchise, most recently reprising his iconic role in the 2015's Genesis and the shitty 2019's Dark Fate. The later even reunited him with the original star Linda Hamilton, though now he's done with the Terminator franchise for now, apparently. But the star is planning to dip back into 3 franchises that he's also synopsis with: Predator, Commando, and Conan the Barbarian. Arnold is in talks for the new Predator movie with a script from Commando 2 and King Conan. During his recent appearance at the Arnold Sports Festival in Ohio, that right there should be the headline. Why was there an Arnold Schwarzenegger Sports Festival in Ohio?
It's called the Arnold
star told
Classic.
the
It's
audience
been
at the
around
convention with 20th Century Fox for a new Predator movie from director Dan Trachtenberg, and that there's scripts in the works for Commando 2 and King Conan movie.
Yeah,
I'm curious to know about that now. It's like Arnold just shows up. It's like Arnold Con.
Yeah,
is there like a Batman and Robin impersonator, like Predator?
No, it's a serious bodybuilding.
Is it like a Comic Con, like a Star Trek con type?
No, it's an actual bodybuilding.
I was wondering. I thought it was like Arnold Con or
competitions
something. Where you just like your favorite Arnold character.
No, like he made it big in bodybuilding, like pumping iron, like milk is for babies. When they get older, they drink beer. You know, coming in the gym and home and all that. Well, that was from a documentary called Pumping Iron. Arnold got so big in the world of bodybuilding.
When I work out, you know, it's like coming.
He eventually started up.
When he said, I was like, what?
Started up the Arnold Classic, which is a bodybuilding like competition and posing and all of that.
Yeah. So, Matt, you want to read this part in Arnold's voice? Because I really want to hear Arnold's voice saying this.
Oh, they did an additional Predator, and the director has been doing a great job of that. Now he wants me to be in the next Predator. We've talked about it. Matter of fact, Fox Studios has kind of rediscovered Arnold. They've come to me and said, we want you to do a Predator. We just got a script for you to do to Commando 2. Schwarzenegger went on to reveal that Mission Impossible, Christopher McQuarrie has signed on to write and direct the King Conan movie, but he promised that while the role will be in an age-appropriate part, he'll still go in there and kick some ass.
I mean, that's the key. If it's age-appropriate, then I'm
still
all
going
for
kick
it.
some ass.
And also, it's Christopher freaking McQuarrie who directed the Mission Impossible movies. To write and direct it, that one I'm not too worried about with King Conan if it's in the right helms with Christopher McQuarrie. I think that would be a good fit. The star teased that what to expect from a King Conan movie by referring back to the book by writer Robert E. Howard. He explained it's a great old story that Conan was 40 years as a king, and now he gets forced out of the kingdom, and there's conflict, of course, but somehow he comes back, and there's still all kinds of madness, violence, magic, and creatures and stuff like that.
So, about King Conan, let's talk about, first off, I want to talk about this. What the hell? Okay, Predator I get, because he's not going to be the lead, okay? It's probably going to be like what they do. He'll probably be showing up guiding the new characters that are being hunted. That I understand. That's not a problem with me. Okay.
I'm guessing that I don't even think that's going to be a live action. I think it's just most likely going to be an animated movie, an anthology of him in his young days, still as the character that we know from the original film, because they teased that in the mid-credit scene that they added after the events of Comic-Con for the Predator Killer of Killers.
No, what about this, though? My issue is Like, okay, like, all right, first off, who's asking for Commando 2?
Yeah, that's the one I don't care for. I mean, I love the original film, but
I'd
it
rather
was
see a
just
sequel to
but that
Total
movie was a
Recall.
hyper. This movie was just a little bit more of great for its time in the '80s, where it was just hyper reality, over the top action flick. That it was all BS, but it was still entertaining at the time. And he was coming off of the first Terminator movie, and when that movie came out in theaters. So I don't think it would still work if you try to do a movie like this today to do a sequel. I don't
You know
even
when the
know how
last
you would
time
make
there
that
was
work.
a Commando movie was? Back when freaking what's his name? Not even wasn't even Reagan. It was freaking Jimmy Carter was president when that movie came
Yeah, this
out.
was around the time that Jimmy Carter was the president in that time.
Arnold was literally, I think he was before Terminator had even come out. I think maybe Terminator 1, maybe. And that's me spitballing.
I mean,
But like,
it might have been before or after, because it came out in the same
who's
year.
asking? I'd rather see a sequel to Total Recall with
I mean,
Arnold.
you have him in the body. It was a little bit like a masculinity style of the '80s, where he was that any big strong man could do everything. He's a
We've
one
already
man
got
army.
like a Commando remake. Essentially, the Marine is basically a remake of Commando.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Marine was basically a little bit more the version of the Commando.
Yeah, which I look. Here's the thing. Okay, I want to ask you guys this: do you really think we really need a Commando 2?
Yes.
Or Ryan, besides Ryan, okay, well, obviously we know
Ryan
Ryan
over here.
wants Commando 2.
Personally, it
But
all
we know
depends.
really Ryan really wants Commando 2. Ryan's like, fucking yeah. Finally, someone said it. Woo-hoo! Yeah.
I mean, generally for me, no, but it all depends of who's directing it. Who's at the helm of directing Commando 2? We still don't know. But the only thing I'm more excited is King Conan. Oh, if you got Christopher McQuarrie writing and directing, fucking sign me up. Now I have a little bit more faith in it. And if it was just any generic director, then I really don't give a shit.
Which, here's the thing, okay, that I am all right, so I am of two minds here. I love Conan the Barbarian. I play the game. I love the game Conan Exile. I remember I got it for my birthday back in 2017. I played it for hours. Even it pissed me off, but I've still played it for hours. And I like playing it. Mostly I cheat and play on God mode so that way I don't have to craft anything. But I still play it. And I own all the Conan movies. I own Conan the Destroyer. I own the Jason Momoa remake. I even consider the Scorpion King a Conan movie because it's essentially a ripoff of Conan the Barbarian. It's exactly
the Scorpion King. It was a guilty pleasure for me. I know it's a ripoff, but it was a guilty pleasure for the first movie. And I will admit, I've only seen bits and pieces of the Conan movies, but I never really watched it in full. The first two, I own the first two on digital.
First one's
and
really
I still,
good. The first one.
No, I know. Most people would say the first one is still a better movie, and most people thought the sequel is an inferior movie. And I've seen the remake of the Jason Momoa, and that movie was fucking terrible. I love Jason Momoa, but that movie was awful.
It's not very good.
No.
Which I will say this though. I'm a big fan though of the Conan character. I own a shitload of comics of Conan. My biggest fear, and I remember I was so bummed when Amazon was going to make it, but they said
they were going to reboot that series for Amazon Prime.
And it was
but then someone came in and took over and said like, oh, it's going to be too much toxic masculinity.
Yeah, because everyone's going to say, oh yeah, dude bros are going to be like, yeah, you know us. You know,
you're a strong man with swords, little hussy.
Yeah, they're like, but yeah.
I mean, I still wish they would have done this a little bit sooner for the King Conan movie because they've been trying to get that shit off the ground for a long, long time. And how many times did they announce
being the governor of California? He said that's one of the first projects is a new Terminator
and then the new Conan movie. Then the new Conan movie, yeah. And to be honest, like even when they move forward and you got a good director behind it, you got to really knock the marketing out of the park because let's be honest. I mean, I love Arnold. I'm the biggest fan of Arnold's movies. He was a big name in a time in the 80s and 90s, but then when he tries to do a Terminator 3, then when he tries to do another Terminator sequels, after he came back after he was done being a governor of California, his movies have not been doing any well. Even outside of the IP that he kept doing action movies, none of his movies were doing well at the box office. He's not as big of a movie star as he used to back in the 80s and 90s. And even when he tried to do Terminator Genesis and fucking Dark Fate, that movie did not do well. It didn't matter if Arnold was in the movie. I mean, we don't live in that time that where we have big action stars like Stallone and Schwarzenegger and beating the big stars, and you go see a movie like this back then. But now and today, it's not a thing anymore. Directors are now movie stars. Even characters who are a big IP are big movie stars, and not the actor himself. And when you see like Tom Cruise or Keanu Reeves outside of the, look at Keanu Reeves with the Matrix movie, even though that movie didn't do so well, but the John Wick did so well. But outside of his movies that are not John Wick, those movies did not have tanked a lot. But when he's doing John Wick, it's a guaranteed success because people want to go see him as John Wick.
Yeah. All right. Before we move on to the next topic, I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Is this movie for you, or is it a pass? Personally, for one, Conan, I will watch Conan, a new Conan with Schwarzenegger any day. Also, Predator, down. Commando 2, not down for it. But let us know in the comments and leave us your thoughts and opinions below, or just leave a comment in general if you want us to answer it. We'll answer it for you.